Hey everybody, it is Monday, December 17th? Yeah, it's December 17th. It's my dad's birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad. Eventually, I'm going to forget somebody's birthday and I'm going to feel like a jerk. But so far, so good. I did get some reading done over the weekend, mostly listening to audiobook. I finished Full Moon, this is the appropriate way to hold it, right? But yeah, I continue to be pretty much in the same boat that I've been the entire time that I've been discussing these books. I think they're enjoyable. They're not my favorite. They're kind of a nice audiobook to have just going that I don't feel like I have to pay too much attention to, but I enjoy what I get out of them. I'm just kind of very lukewarm, but it's just I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at these books. I will say that I think in general, Harry Dresden isn't really a great guy, but the book and several of the characters acknowledge the fact that he's not really a great guy. So it never really bothers me, but it still doesn't really motivate me to want to be like, I have to read all of the books about him because he's so fascinating and I want to explore him further. Got that one done. That's how I put books away. And then I started The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. And this book is basically the Frankenstein story as told from Elizabeth. So it's all her viewpoints throughout Victor Frankenstein's life and her kind of watching him develop into this madman. It's pretty good so far. I haven't really developed a strong feeling about it one way or the other. I mean, I'm just a couple hours into the audiobook. A lot of people like it a lot. I think I can see why people like it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be one of those people that just latches on as much as other people do. My arm's hurting. Why did I decide to fully extend my arm and be like, ah? And then finally I read a very small amount of The Great Hunt over the weekend. Those of you who are paying attention at home, last week I was reading a mass market paperback version of this, and now I have a nice trade back version. I've upgraded, but I found this over the weekend for $1, and I was just like, worth it. But yeah, so last week I was on page 100, and now I'm on page 110. But keep in mind, it's a trade paperback, so there's more words per page, and there's less pages in the book overall. So when I switched over, I was at a lower page count. So really, I read 25 pages over the weekend. So getting this one done real fast. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea to start a big epic fantasy book right before Christmas. Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, December 19th, and I went book shopping today, and this happened. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. No, actually, most of those are gifts, so I'm not quite as crazy as I seem. I still probably bought myself more books than I needed to. But to be fair, the thrift stores in my area are freaking amazing. There's one in particular that periodically does 10 for $1 on its books. And you would think that that means they're just trying to get rid of the books that they haven't been able to sell. Like they just are trying to figure out any way to sell the books that have been picked through over and over again. But no, the way that this thrift store actually works is that they have such limited room that when they get a mass donation, like a huge donation of books, they'll immediately put on one of those sales just to try to get rid of as many of them as possible. There was bins and shelves were double stacked and everything was just a nightmare to get through. But they were 10 cents a piece and they hadn't been picked through yet. But anyway, while I'm lying here on the floor, I might as well give you an update. I am a little over halfway through The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, and I really enjoy the writing style of that one. There's been several really well-crafted passages throughout that, and just kind of made me stop and be like, I like that. It's a good sentence. Well done, Kirsten Wright. It's been so long since I've read Frankenstein, and I didn't really think about that going into it, but I feel like had I had a more recent refresher on Frankenstein, I might get just a little bit more out of this book. Like, I'm still enjoying it, I'm still getting stuff out of the book, but I feel like if I was to ever reread The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, I would want to do so like immediately after reading Frankenstein, just to see how careful the author was as far as timelines and making everything match up and everything like that. But for the most part, we're kind of getting into monster territory, so that's fun. The monster is a thing that exists now, and it's adding a new element to the book. So that's where I am on that one. And I have read just a little bit more of The Great Hunt, not enough to really say anything significantly about it. There's been a bunch of new characters introduced, and I love that this one really has a lot of different points of view. The first book is mostly from Rand al'Thor's perspective, and not only is he not particularly the most interesting character in the group, it just, with such a diverse cast of characters, I wanted to spend more time in the headspace of all of the different characters, and this one definitely does that, and I imagine that's going to be the trend for the rest of the series. Other than that, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say or do. Well, I have lots of other stuff to do, including organizing 80 plus books that I bought today. Whew, that'll be fun. Hey everybody, it's Thursday, December 20th. I am rocking the ugly Christmas sweater. This sweater is kind of my new favorite thing because at a distance, it kind of just looks like maybe like a weird pattern with some colors, but the more you like look at it, the more you see, like, there's Santa, and there's some like reindeer hanging out, and there's snowflakes. Every time I look at it, there's more stuff. Like, there's a Christmas tree. Like, over here they have like Christmas spelled out. They've got a holiday spelled out. Look over here, we've got another Christmas tree. Okay, it's starting to repeat. I also think it kind of looks like scrapbook paper. But yeah, I have totally failed on the reading front again. Like, just haven't read at all since my last check-in. I think I'm going to listen to some more of my audiobook tonight while I am wrapping up the last bit of my presents. But I got up at 5 a.m. to make a pie for a Christmas party that we had at my work today. So I got up then and made a pie and wrapped presents while that was baking, and the entire time I was thinking, oh, I can listen to my audiobook while I wrap presents, and it'll be great because I'll get a little bit of progress on my audiobook. And then something happened to where my brain just forgot what I was going to do, and instead I just watched YouTube videos. So tonight, when I wrap the rest of them, I'm going to listen to my audiobook and actually get some reading accomplished. It's gonna be great. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try some of this almond nog. This is the Friendly Farms brand that is available at Aldi's. See, I'm not like the biggest eggnog fan, but what I've discovered when I went vegan is there's sometimes where I try alternatives to the dairy form or the meat form, and I actually like the alternatives better. Struggle with that word. Just grab your favorite coffee mug and pour your ready-to-drink deliciousness. Friendly Farms Almond Nog is ready and creamy with true toasty flavor of almonds and spices. So do I do like pouring action? Let's do like some pouring action. Oh, just splatters right in there. It's been a while since I've had eggnog, so I'm not like the most apt to express exactly how it compares, but we're gonna try this bad boy. You ready? You ready for this nonsense? It's just like a really drinkable eggnog. Like, I remember eggnog being like some of the most awful sweet crap. And even when I drank it, like, I would get excited about it, and then I'd have that first drink and be like, oh yeah, that's what eggnog tastes like. I mean, it's not amazing. Um, It just kind of tastes like a slightly sweetened spice almond milk, but I'm into it. So this is a hard thing for me to recommend because I think the reason I like it so much is because it doesn't really have the full eggnog impact. It's not as thick, it's not as rich, it's not as sweet. So if you're down for almond milk and you want something that's got a little bit of flavor added to it, I'd say go for it. It's pretty good. Well, my initial thought was that I would sip on that as I wrapped presents, but I just drank it all. I don't need another glass. No. That's all I'm. No. There's my hand. It's Friday, December 21st. It's 4 days till Christmas. The countdown is real. And yeah, we had to do like crazy amount of stuff this week. What's going on with the hair? We had to do a crazy amount of stuff this week at the office to prep for everything to allow us to take Christmas and Christmas Eve off next week. So yeah, I am super tired, had hardly any time to read this week, but I finished a book! I finished The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein. My brain is gone. It had moments of just brilliance, and it had moments of really cliche, like, duh moments. And, I don't know if it balanced out to make, like, a really solid read or not, but I think it did. I feel like I can't fully say that without having read Frankenstein more recently. It's been years since I've read Frankenstein, and I think part of me would know better whether or not this book is truly a good follow-up had I had that one more fresh on my brain. The afterword by the author was probably, again, one of my favorite bits, because she really kind of talks about Mary Shelley, specifically about how even though she was so progressive for her time, there were so many things about the book and so many things about her life that still was very much indicative of the male dominance of that period of time. And so when she knew that she wanted to sit down and do some kind of Frankenstein retelling, she wanted a female protagonist, because the females in that book are so kind of just set pieces in the background that don't really do a huge amount, and she really wanted to focus in on making a story that was set in that same world at that same time, but really featured the females. And I think this did so rather successfully. But yeah, other than that, I haven't read crap. I don't think I've even read any more of The Great Hunt. Nope, haven't. As far as I know, you are fully caught up on my reading this week, and I'm gonna have to stop filming tonight because starting tomorrow through Christmas, I'm gonna be crazy family gatherings and events and non-stop go go go, and I won't have any time to edit other than tonight. So I'm going to wrap this video up and edit all of the like 12 minutes of footage I filmed this week. So hopefully it will be fast. It's been bad. Like, I haven't even had time to film cute footage of my cat. I'm gonna have to, like, do that, just so I have, like, B-roll to put in this. Oh. Toothless, you gotta be cute, okay? He stopped eating. He was just like, what? Come here. I need footage of us together. Come here. No, stop eating. Come here. Yeah, come on. Come on. There he is. Come on. We have to be adorable. Come on. Come on. There you are. There he is. There's that handsome devil. Look at him. Look at that sheen. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.